What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated. In the last episode, we did some general park management things. We added 2 additional facilities to the pirate theme zone and an additional flat ride that does need to be recolored and renamed from the Screaminator 9000 to the Crow's Nest. Honestly, I'm a bit upset with myself that I didn't think of that name on my own, but thank you all so much for suggesting it. So instead of red, yellow, blue, and white, I think we're just gonna recolor the entire thing to all brown. That way it really looks like a proper crow's nest. So at this point, we are ready or able to add a 4th expansion to Toogii Land. And I do want to do that. However, if we take a look at the Wild West over here, it's stunning, beautiful, very well decorated, very well themed. If we take a look at the Pirate Zone, same deal. Dude, it looks fantastic. And then we come back to the main entrance USA portion of the park, and it's just so mid, dude. In my opinion, USA just isn't enough of a theme, especially for the main entrance of the park. So we're going to be reworking this entire zone today. However, the rides are going to stay where they're at. The scenery around the rides is going to stay where it's at. It's more so just about the buildings. They're a little too simple for me. I mean, all they really are is just cubes with little domes on the top. And it's kind of lame, especially when you compare it to the Pirate Theme Zone or the Western Theme Zone. It just sucks. So I want to go with more of a classic theme, sort of the vintage theme out here, a real classic theme park feel. That's what I want the guests to experience right as they enter this theme park. Right now they're not getting that experience, and there just so happens to be a pre-built entrance. If I just type entrance right there, all the way down at the bottom, a vintage park entrance. This is totally the look that we should be going for, not whatever the heck we got going on in here right meow. It's just not it. So temporarily, I'm gonna place this out here, and we'll try to rework this front entrance to make it so that these 3 gates will actually function. Might be a bit tricky, but I think we can do it. What the heck is that noise? It's gotta be coming from this new structure, but I can't figure out what in the structure is actually making the noise. If I go away, it gets quieter. If I go over here, you hardly hear it. I know it's coming from this thing, because it's not until you get close where it gets even louder. But what's making the sound? Okay, what? Yo, I deleted the entire building and I still hear it. Is something like stuck under the ground here? There's nothing. Yeah, okay, it's gonna drive me crazy enough to where I have to save, exit, and come back, and hopefully it just goes away. Okay, I think we're good. I don't hear it anymore, and I really hope that you guys could hear it so I don't seem crazy. But it looks like we've actually completed a couple of challenges. So obtain an overall staff happiness of at least 100% for 3 months, 1,100 schmackaroonies, thank you so much. Ensure the average queue scenery rating of all currently open rides and ride stations is at least 100%, another 1,100 schmackaroonies. So let's place, actually it was in shops and facilities, wasn't it? Let's place that entrance back down, and we'll see if the noise happens again. We're good. Okay, we're good. Everything's great now. We're probably gonna wanna pause momentarily because what I'm about to do is definitely gonna upset our guests. Basically this front gate, the main entrance gate, it's gotta go bye-bye. Feels bad, but we have to do it, we really do. And then this whole thing is also going to be deleted. We can leave the plants here and kind of move those later. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I'm curious to see if we could extend this. Ooh, it looks like we can, but we do need curbs back. There we go. So let's try to do this. Oh, and flatten terrain. Let's turn that on. Seems like all 3 of our gates have connected to the main path without any weird issues. The path here does look kind of funky, but I'm hopeful that we'll get it to connect here on the ends and in the middle. No sweat. Again, does look kind of funky, but it's all right. You know what? What are we gonna do? Something I need to check out though is to make sure all 3 of these gates still not charging at general admission. We can't be having that, right? Then that totally throws off the whole divide our ride prestige by 35 thing that we've been doing since the very start. But that looks, dude, that looks so much better, minus the trees that are definitely in the way of the building here, but we'll move those. It'll look great. For now though, dude, I'm really liking this. The trees have now all been moved out of the way of the building. I think we're ready to unpause, and we'll see if it's gonna work. It is definitely working because all those people have been reset here. Wait, why? Where are they being reset from? It's not even gonna tell me. Not even gonna tell me where they came from. Oh, big spender, and you're leaving? That's all right. We'll get some other big spenders. I'm sure of it. But yeah, it does appear to be working. I'm gonna have to add some barriers in here so people don't walk through the... It looks so bad when they do that. They're just walking straight through the posts. Awesome. We'll see what these guests do. Ooh, they thought about it. These 2 right here, orange shirt and orange pants, they thought about phasing right through those poles, but the invisible barrier that we've added now ain't gonna let them do it. So that's looking much, much better. But speaking of guests, we should probably do another marketing campaign. Now, it was brought up in some previous episodes that we maybe have too many family groups in the park, and you'd be right about that. We have 1,536 guests that are part of family groups, and that's mainly because we've been marketing to families. So we've been doing the other ones as well, but I think going forward, we're gonna choose the one that attracts large groups of adults, and then the other one that attracts large groups of teenagers. And that we will turn the auto renew off. We'll kind of just see how that goes. Keep an eye on our guests over here. 72% of the total guests in the park are families, but they do withdraw the most out of ATMs, it seems. They also appear to be the only people that really care about gift shops, which we do have a couple of, but what they don't do is spend money on coasters. They love a good flat ride. Coasters, not so much. So that's where the teen groups and the adult groups really, really shine, is they spend most of their money on the coaster stuff. So we'll see how that goes, but the main entrance is looking beautiful. Color-wise, I think I'm gonna keep it as is for now, and if we think of something better, then we can change that. Look at the amount of people, dude, just flooding the main path. I wish we could make that larger so it wouldn't get so congested, but after this white line here, that's kind of our boundary. We can't really change much past that point, so that'll have to do, unfortunately. How are we almost at the 2-hour mark in this recording already? Dude, I feel like I haven't really said or done anything yet. Maybe I really did spend an hour on just the intro. That's not uncommon for me. But what I'm gonna do real quick before we continue working on the former USA portion of the park is I'm gonna go around the pirate theme zone and just make sure all of our ride pricing is adjusted accordingly. All right, now that we have that taken care of, before we start demolishing our adorable little cubes with domes on top of them, I want to look and see what other facilities, what other shops we have available that sort of fit that vintage classic vibe that we're trying to go for over here. We do have a couple of buildings that I built for a previous park. I don't remember if it was Sandbox or if that was a challenge park, but I'm hesitant to use these. I don't really feel like using something that we built for a previous park. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the ice cream shop though. That building does go kind of hard. Not gonna lie. But what else do we have in here? We have a Victorian drinks shop. Okay. Got 3 different gulpy varieties around the entire thing. We have another, oh, this is not a drink shop. This is a food shop. Okay. Seems decent as well. I don't even know how to pronounce this. That's another sort of drink shop. We have a Victorian hotel. Does the Central Zone really need a hotel? We've seen how poor the hotel performance has been. Though the Desperado is doing very, very well all of a sudden. What about the pirate one? Still struggling? Yeah, still kind of losing a bit of money. So maybe we could disregard the hotel for the time being. Also, that building costs 10,000 schmackaroonies, and we only have 18K at the moment. We've got a Victorian information kiosk. That actually does look quite a bit better than our little cube. It's still a cube, so it could fit exactly where the current cube sits, but it does match the theming quite a bit better, so I'm a fan of that. What is this? Just a toilet block? Ooh, very pretty though. So I just love the sort of classic vintage decor that these buildings have. And I was gonna say arcade, but why does it say carday instead of arcade? Maybe that's just sim speak for arcade, dude. I have no idea. Oh, that's kind of cool. Whoa, what? An actual hot air balloon? Yo, that is sick. And then is it a... Oh, it's just a balloon landing point. I saw the Looney Balloons sign and I thought it was like a gift shop type thing, but it's not. It's just purely decorative. Dude, that is very nice. What else do we have? A little flower bed. Okay, not too shabby. Another like garden type thing. We are in scenery, so I suppose that makes sense. We've got... I thought that was a fountain. It's not. It's just more plants. Ooh, this we need. This we absolutely need. What does that say? Noscal? Whatever that means. How are they, though? Oh, the main Planet Coaster theme, but sung by a barbershop quartet. That goes kind of hard, dude. Yeah, we need that too. Why did we not do this theme sooner? What is this? We've got trapeze artists. Well, oh, never mind. I thought he was on a pole, not a trapeze. I was gonna say he's doing something different. But that's really sick too. And they're just animatronics, huh? I like it. I do like it. And then just another simple flower bed. Okay, okay. So that's it for scenery. What about building, though? If we go back to blueprint, I'm sure there's loads of custom stuff, but I'm just curious about like the pre-built things for right now. So we have vintage again. That is a very large building. My God, that's a big place. It just says Plan Co on the front. Okay. Not bad. Not sure what you would use this for, but not bad. And then Dust Devil is somehow using some vintage themed things. We've got another very large building. Again, no real clue what you could use that for. Maybe a dark ride, I guess. If you didn't want to put it in a mountain, you could put it in one of these large buildings. Okay, so not much. We don't have much, but as far as custom stuff goes, there's a lot. A lot. So, now that we've kind of gone through all of those things, I do think if we pause, we're probably at a point to where we could start deleting all of our tiny little cubes with domes on top of them. So we need first aid. We had a gift shop over here before. We had staff resting and bathroom over there. So we'll have to add those things back in. We'll just put them in a different structure. And then this guy, it's got to go. We're going to replace it with a different cubicle type thing. And then all of these have to go as well. We can come up with a much better looking food court. I'm sure of that. This coaster station is going to stay the way it is for now. And then when we're a little bit more comfortable with the whole theme that we're changing to, then we can come back and address that thing. But let's grab our new Victorian information kiosk. We'll get it rotated the right way around here. And then all we got to do is just slide her on over. Exactly the same location that the old one was. Should be that simple. Oh no, dude, don't tell me we got rid of big bucks. Hang on. Where are our vendors at? Uh-oh. I might have, when I deleted the building, I might have also deleted Big Bucks Grissom. We did. Okay, Renee, Renee here is going to be our new big bucks. If you guys are curious what I'm talking about, we had a previous vendor whose nickname, by default, we did not change this. By default, it was Big Bucks. So we're gonna make Renee Salazar here nickname Big Bucks instead. Rip. I probably should have removed her from the building first. That's my bad. Wait a minute. Is that me? It is! Heading to the American Arrow. Wow, I honestly thought I would know better than to ride that monstrosity. That's the worst roller coaster in the entire park. But you have at it, bud. Instead of rebuilding the facilities that we just deleted, but in a different style, right, a different theme, I'm considering adding one of those Victorian toilet blocks or restroom blocks somewhere in this area. We'll do another one over here, but instead of a restroom, it would be a staff resting facility. We do kind of still need one of those up here at the front, mainly just for our information kiosk vendors. I believe we only have 2 of them, and I just realized that I forgot to reset the advertised destination for that building. So let's do that real quick. 56 out of 50. Okie dokie then. We're gonna have to get rid of some ATMs. We don't really need to be advertising those. So as I was saying, if we just do a simple toilet block right here, a simple staff resting facility here, we could delete this path, and then we'd have all this space, all this unutilized space for those trapeze artists, maybe the arcade, something like that. So I'm just gonna keep deleting some of the other scenery pieces that we have left.
A few moments later.
I can't believe it took me this long to realize what it is that I was doing, where we've deleted our original cubes with domes on them, only to replace them with more cubes with domes on them. Though these ones aren't red, white, and blue America themed, I definitely think they have a lot more going for them than the original buildings. There's more pizzazz with these things, you know what I'm saying? So on the side where our staff resting facility is, this is where we've added the barbershop quartet, of course, still belting it out, even though there's not too many people around here to listen to them at the moment. And then on the opposite side where we have our bathroom block, we have the trapeze act, flipping around, doing what they do best. But you'll notice we don't really have anyone over here watching them, nor do we have anyone watching the barbershop or listening to the barbershop quartet. So my idea is if we just add some Vista points in here, I think that'll get us sorted. Now that we've got those placed down, all we have left to do is just set the focus point for this one to the quartet. That looks good to me. And then over yonder, oh, even though we don't have a, wait, where are you, why are you, no, all right, I'm gonna have to add in some more barriers. You can only see the kid's head. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. This looks pretty bad, but let's set the focus part for this guy to probably the big one in the middle. Not that one, this guy, there it is. Okay, I would say we're probably good now on the main entrance. We should probably start working on some other stuff, but we don't have that many guests in the park at the moment. So let's start up some new marketing campaigns. This one specific for adults, this one specific for teenagers. And once again, we will disable auto renew. How we looking though as far as family groups go? Still 1,500 of those suckers. All right, yeah, it's gonna take a while for us to like even out the numbers, even if we can do that. I'm not sure that that's really a thing. So we have the front entrance done. What we need to focus on now is our food court that we had to delete. And I really like the look of these buildings, but they're a little too big for this area. So I think what I'm gonna do is just temporarily place it in this big open area. And I'm gonna try to make it a little bit smaller if we can.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Took me a little longer than I was expecting to make this happen, but basically the buildings were, we'll say a 3x3 before, now they're a 2x2. That's not entirely accurate, but for the sake of things, we'll go with that. So we have a pizza pen on this side, Chief Beef, and then of course a Glizzy Squad. I believe before we just had Glizzy Squad and Chief Beef, so we've added a pizza pen. We did not have any Gulpy. I want to say it was just Pip Shot water before, so now we have a Gulpy soda, a Gulpy slush, and a Gulpy energy on the other side. But what I haven't tested yet is to see if they'll even fit in this area. Let's find out. I got a good feeling about it, though. I really do. That looks good around the front, around the back. The trees are clipping into the roof line slightly, but I think we can look past that. Okay, this is so much better looking than those little cubes with the domes on the top. Now we have larger cubes with larger domes on the top. What a change, right? What a change. No, but actually, I do think that this has more of a theme. I just think overall it's going to be much, much better for us. Multiple shops do not have a vendor. Right. So that leads me to our next thing, which is adjusting our work roster specifically for our vendors. Since we kind of deleted all of their previous locations, we're going to have to redo all of it. So, starting with South USA. So we're just going to make a nice big selection over all this stuff. Make sure we didn't include any rides over here. Okay, 6 facilities and shops. That sounds about right. So South USA finished. Moving on to Central USA. I'm going to start by just selecting everything in this zone. And then we'll just select the coaster and its surrounding station. All that stuff. All right. That seems good to me as well. Central USA sorted. Now, if we go back to vendors, I think when we basically like demolished the existing buildings, I'm pretty sure we fired a lot of our employees at the same time. Yeah, now we have a bunch of people specific to Pizza Pen, Hot Dog Squad, Chief Beef, all that stuff. That's not what we want at all. So I think I'm going to move some people around. That way we can have the central people still up at the top, and then the other zones, you know, they'll kind of split off. What I'm saying today, I feel like makes no sense to anyone except for myself. I've had a really difficult time talking today. How many total vendors are we going to need for this area, though? We have 6 shops, so let's go with like maybe 8 vendors. That way we have like 1 floater, like 1 extra person for each building. I think that'll work out the best. Okay, I think I've gotten everyone to where they need to be now. Dude, I really hope that our guests appreciate all the work that we put in for them today. I mean, all we're trying to do is just give them the best possible theme park experience. And on that note, I do think that's where we're gonna have to wind things down at for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.